Giselle Ford was an 8-year-old little girl who loved to read and write. She loved the color pink, she loved being with her friends, and she loved dancing. She also was a fan of diagramming sentences. She would write in her diary, and that diary was actually used as the evidence in her case. So she wrote in pink marker with very legible handwriting. She had perfect penmanship. By the summer, her penmanship had become very messy and almost unreadable. She wrote, "If I be good, I won't have to do my punishments." Her last entry on the day before she died was that she wished she was dead. So Giselle was abused by her 55-year-old grandmother at the instruction of her bedridden father. He told her grandmother to make Giselle squat and stand in place for hours on end. She was tied to a bed for days at a time without eating or drinking. If she tried to get a drink from the toilet in the maggot-infested apartment, she was beaten and used as a punching bag. Now, as a mother myself, it's hard to believe that anyone would want to hurt a child. Unfortunately, it's more common than we may think. By definition, child abuse is the deliberate and the willful injury of a child. The key word here is deliberate. I intend to explain the different types of child abuse in intimate detail. I also want to inform you of the exact definition, and I hope to enlighten you on some pertinent facts regarding child abuse. I am Ashley Russell. I am the group leader of Team 5. I am a mother, and I genuinely care about children, big and small. I have completed extensive research on the topic, and I hope to give you further insight. So today we will look at the issue of child abuse by first examining the problem and then looking at the solutions that 4 charities provide. Alejandra Palacios will inform us about CASA, which is Court-Appointed Special Advocates. Heather Wilson will tell us about Child Help, and Morgan Hurst will discuss Children's Advocacy Center. So to begin, let's explore the different types of child abuse, also where and why it is more of an issue in some parts of the region than others. So according to the website Healthy Children, last accessed on April 5th, children have been beaten and abandoned for centuries, based primarily on the fact that they are property of their parents. By educating yourself and your children about abuse, you can help prevent and prevent it from happening. So child abuse is more likely to be recognized in economically developed areas than in others, the countries that aren't as economically advanced. So at least 1 out of every 5 adult women and 1 out of every 10 adult men will have reported being abused in childhood. Now, now that we've explored the history, let's examine the present status of this problem. According to the website National Children's Alliance, there are 4 different forms of child abuse: physical abuse, mental abuse, sexual abuse, and neglect. Physical abuse is just beatings of the children. It has actually multiplied over the past 25 years or so, and people think that that's because that we have become more aware to the they've been able to recognize this problem more. Emotional abuse leaves hidden scars that manifest themselves in numerous ways, whether it be like behavioral ways, insecurity, or poor self-esteem. Now, National Children's Alliance goes on to say that society pays an awful price for these antisocial behaviors. Child sexual abuse is an issue that makes people extremely uncomfortable because it hurts to think about anyone harming a child. However, unreported or untreated child sexual abuse not only scars the children, it destroys families. And it also leaves offenders free to abuse and cripple future generations. So the most common form of child abuse in the United States is neglect, and it actually accounts for about 75% of all reports made to the child welfare authorities. So now that we have examined the problems present, let's discuss the future if nothing changes. So according to the website Medicine Net last accessed on April 5th. In most cases, children who are abused or neglected, they suffer greater emotional damage than physical damage. Now, emotional and psychological abuse and neglect denies the child the tools needed to cope with stress and to learn life's lessons. Unfortunately, child abuse is more common than we may think, but there are people and programs and charities that help those struggling nowadays. For this project, my team will give information on the 4 charities, and it will make it their mission to find and end child abuse. Now that we have examined the history, present, and the possible future concerning child abuse, Alejandro Palacios will tell us about court-appointed special advocates.